In the next footage, or what you're going to see here coming up, I'm sorry, but I went to play back one of my video segments and I saw that I'm just so close in the screen. And then I went back and looked at the other ones. I think when I was outside filming my neighbor's trees yesterday and I had zoomed in a little bit, it was still stuck there. So I don't want to redo everything all over that I said, just in case I missed it. So anyway, sorry, it's going to be me very close up, you know, for just a little bit. Sorry. Good morning. It's Tuesday and watching the weather report. Supposedly there's another winter snowstorm coming. So we got our 3.5 inches yesterday, and it's supposed to just be, I don't know, partly sunny, partly cloudy today, but cold. And then it's supposed to start snowing, I think, after midnight tonight. And it'll be a snowy day tomorrow. The snow's going to turn into rain, and the rain then is going to ice up, I guess because of the cold temps. And so it's going to be a snowy, icy mess out there tomorrow. And I'm glad I don't have to go anywhere. Harry says it looks like I might have to work from home tomorrow. He says because it's going to be an icy mess and he doesn't plan on getting out there, you know, in the mess. So anyhow, I'll turn my music down a bit. I've got Brahms playing. And yes, I do like to hear classical music because it's very peaceful and serene. Let's see. Oh, I was going to ask you guys, do any of you ever get like a place like you just are like so obsessed with a certain place that you would just love to go to, like you just want to go? Like every now and then, and I've talked about this quite a bit on the internet over the last few years. So a lot of my Facebook friends would know this, and some of my older YouTube friends would know this, that I love Northern California. In 2004, that was, I'm just emptying my dishwasher. In 2004, that was the first time that I went out there. And we were in the Bay Area meaning we were in San Francisco and Oakland, and we went out there because my husband was on business, and we decided to, when he was finished, to just stay out there still a few more days with the kids and just go, you know, around sightseeing. And we started driving up towards Napa Valley. First of all, Sausalito, if anybody has ever been to Northern California, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say Sausalito is such a pretty little town, and it's right there on the ocean, and a lot of shopping and stuff is down there too, but it's really pretty. If you ever saw that movie Mother with Mel Brooks and Debbie Reynolds played his mother, if you've ever seen that movie when he's going, I think it was when he was on his way to his mother's, it was right before he got to his mother's house, and he's going on this little road where the ocean's to the left and these buildings, these little shops were to the right. That's Sausalito right there. And I just love that over there. But anyhow, I also liked when we went up towards like Napa Valley and going over that way. Then we headed towards the right, because if you keep following what we were doing, let me just tell you what we were doing. First of all, my clock is chiming. Let's let that chime. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, the reason why we went up towards Napa, well, you know, you hear that Napa's really pretty, so I wanted to go up that way. And people were telling us, oh, you should go to the gold mining towns. And I said, really? And they were like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, and they even have maps for them. And you just follow, you know, the map. Let me tell you, it was probably a 6 to 7 hour drive. I mean, it was like all day of driving, but then it was a little bit longer. Add on maybe a couple more hours because of stopping at these little towns. Some of them, there really wasn't anything to see, but some of them, they're little towns. They're still, you know, booming. And so that's what we did. We went to all these towns that were established during the gold rush. And it was really cool stopping at all of them. And quite honestly, the road, the map took us all the way over. We were right at the Nevada line, right where Tahoe was. And like we were on the California side of Tahoe, but I wanted to actually go into Nevada, and I was begging my husband, just drive just a little, it's just right there, just a little bit more to go into Nevada, just to say I've been to Nevada, you know. And he was like, no, we got to hurry up and get back, you know, it's going to be getting dark, you know, blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, I'll just put that away later. So we did that, and that was, I think, out of all of my vacations, and I've had lots of them, and everybody knows how much I like going to Florida, and I even like going to Disney World. I liked that vacation. I think that topped all of them, because see, I like things like that. But you know what was really, really nice was I like driving on Highway 1. See, we have Highway 1 here too, but obviously it doesn't go all the way across the country. But we were on Highway 1, and I loved it because as you're driving on it, the way that we were heading, you know, towards Napa, the ocean was to the left, and the redwood forest, like all the redwood trees, were to the right. And we opened the windows because with all the windows closed and we had the air conditioning on, you could still smell it getting in the car, and it just smelled so nice. And I told my husband, I said, let's turn off the air and just open the windows, and that's what we did. You could smell the ocean breeze coming in from this side of the car, and then you could smell all the redwood forests coming in from this way with all those redwood trees, and I love redwood trees. And we went and we saw some of them where they're like massive, like me and all my kids were in front of one of these trees. We have a picture of it. I should show it to you. That's when we were on that trip, and that's me, Brian, Carly, Adam, and Josiah. And that was at Santa Cruz. We were on the boardwalk there. We drove down because we went to Santa Cruz. We went to that Winchester house. Have you ever heard of that? That lady that she just kept building and building and building on her house. This is in Chicago. Oh, and while we were there, we went to Alcatraz. And that's Carly and Josiah while we were at Alcatraz. There's one of Brian, too. It's so funny. And there's a better picture of that Christmas picture I showed you. And that's outside of our house in Chicago. Here it is. Well, here, let me turn it this way so you can see. But see this? This is the trunk of a tree, of a redwood tree. There's a glare on there. I'm trying to get it without the glare. There, can you see it? It goes from here all the way, and you can see it there. Let me get up close. That thing is humongous. And so there's Brian and me in the green, Joe, Carly, and there's Adam. But yeah, those redwood trees are like humongous, but they're so nice to just smell them. It's Adam being funny, he put a towel around his head. Matter of fact, I think that's on our way home. We were driving home, and that's the beach there at Santa Cruz. And that's at that Winchester house. And there's the Winchester house right there. And then that's when we were in Ohio at the fair. I think that, oh, there's Alcatraz. So you go to Fisher, I think it's called Fisherman's Wharf, and that's like a big touristy thing. They got all kinds of stuff to do, and then you can get on the boat and go there. Now, that was July when we were there. Did you see me with long sleeves and sweaters and everything? Because it was so cold. I had to buy like those fleece type of little sweat jacket things when we were there, because it was so cold. One day, I think in the evening it got down to like 45 degrees, and it was July. And that when we went to Alcatraz, I am so glad I bought those things. It was so cold, I even put my little hood up and I had it bundled real tight around my neck. It was freezing, that boat ride going over there. But anyway, me. That's our house in Virginia. That's probably about a year or so before we moved. Oh, here's Carly. This is our apartment we were living at in Naperville while our house was being built. And there's Carly. She was taking violin lessons. at school. And this is outside of those apartments we had to live in. And that's the mall. Oh, there's me and Harry. That's at my mom's house. Well, her old house. She doesn't live there anymore. That's all that's in there. So, anyway, so now that I've told you, yes, Northern California, I had been wanting to go back there since we left in 2004. And that was like my fetish that I was having. Like, if I have to go somewhere, I want to go to Northern California. And that's why Harry, he tells me, when was it? I think it was, yeah, it was when we were in Florida this last time. So that was like the second week of December. And he says to me, I'm going to San Francisco at the end of the month. I forgot to tell you. Are you going to come? And by that point, it was like, you know, you got to give me time to make arrangements because of the dogs. I can't just, you know, leave because I'm not putting them in a kennel. And so I had just had kids taking vacation days to stay with the dogs as it was. And, you know, while we went to Florida, I didn't want to do that so fast. But I wish I would have, because Harry would have taken like a couple days off extra where we could have done something, you know, together, gone back out and done some things. So, okay, so here's my new fetish. Where do I want to go? I want to go so bad. I've never been there. I see all kinds of pictures. I will give you a little hint. I kind of go to this place when I go to Epcot at Disney World. But it's for about the last year and a half. It's like, oh, I want to go to this place. Really, really bad for the last year and a half. Before that, it was kind of like off and on. Oh, they say that is so nice. I would really like to go there. Okay, a little bit more hints. See if you can kind of guess it. I was even telling Harry this morning, because he goes, why do you want to go to, and he mentioned the place, and I said, the reason why is because in the evenings you can see the northern lights. And I said, if I had to choose between this place or even Alaska, because I kind of would like to go to Alaska too. I said, if I had to choose between Alaska or this place just to go see the northern lights, I would go to this place. And I said, I would like to see their like little sea towns, their little villages. I've seen so many pictures and videos of it. And like when they do things on like PBS, you know, doing little documentary documentary things that you see, you know, on different European like places. I would like to go because of that, and because they got these big, glorious mountains and their lakes. It's kind of like Alaska, where the water is just so clear and pure and everything. But just the pictures of this country is so beautiful that I want to go so bad. Now I'll tell you where it is. I want to go to Norway. I want to go to Norway so bad. So, Harry and I, we were talking. He says, you know, every time we go somewhere on vacation, we're always taking the kids with us. And like when we went to Florida in October, you know, we went with all the kids. And he told me while we were down there, he said, this is it. With me and you going someplace alone together. I mean, not alone, but, you know, going on vacation together. He says, taking all the kids. He says, because they're all in their 20s now, going on their 30s. He said, you know what? They can start having their own vacations, and you and I are going to start, you know, going to places by ourselves. So, I have 2 places on my list to go. I want to go back to Northern California, and I want to go to Norway. So, I'm thinking that if ever I go on a vacation by myself and not even take my daughter, where would I want to go? I would probably go to Ireland, and I probably would take Carly, because I don't like going by myself places. It's just, it's not that I'm nervous that I can't get around. I can get around. I can do all of that. It's just, you want to have somebody. You want to share the moment with somebody. Like when I'm outside sightseeing and I see something, oh, beautiful, wish you were here, you know, or, oh, look at that, you know. You can't do that if you're by yourself, right? So you got to have somebody. So, in that respect, yeah, I probably would go with my daughter. But I would like to go to Ireland, and I would probably stay right there close by where Jenny is. So if you were traveling by yourself or like with some friend or like a daughter or whatever, where would you want to go? Where do you really, really want to go? Just for like a little getaway. That's the first question. The second question, where would you want to go if you were going with your spouse? So, I just came in because Brian went to do the snowblower on the driveway yesterday and the walkway out front. We didn't get to do in the back. I think I mentioned to you guys because the snow was so wet. And when you get wet snow does not blow through your snowblower. It's just a big blobby mess. But because we had, I mentioned to you guys yesterday when I was out driving, we had rain first, started to cool down, then it started to get like that the white powdery snow, then that switched over to like a wet icy snow, then it went to the powdery stuff, and it just kept going back and forth. And because of that, remember how when I was coming back from the post office and I was talking about how slick it was, and on that main road where we drive 45 miles an hour, that's what the speed limit is, I was doing like 29. Well, Ryan, he got most of the driveway, but there's a good part of it. I just went out there with my snow blower. I thought, because now it's set overnight. Some of it I was able to get, and I was able to come through the gate, you know, and then come all through the walkway, back over that way, and out through that way. And then the other part of the driveway, I attempted twice to do it. It's nothing but ice. So I'm going to have to call my daughter. She has a friend that has the plow thing on his truck. Well, girlies, you had your little fun outside. That was round 2 for Sandy outside. There's stuff all over my lens. I gotta clean it. I might have to go out one more time. The snow that's loose on the deck out there, as you can see, I went ahead and got as much of that away as I could. I couldn't get the icy stuff off, but I thought, you know, it's cold outside. The sun will melt some snow, but when it's cold outside, you know, it has to melt things in layers instead of just doing a big melting. So if I want this icy stuff melted, I've got to clear away my snow. And I had to get about almost 3 inches of snow off of there. Maybe by this afternoon turn it into slush. I'm hoping that I can get out there with my shovel and do that. And I went ahead and I got another wheelbarrow full of wood. I just needed to stock a little bit more in that one garbage can and bring some more here in the house. And now I'm fully stocked. And I wanted to do that because I'm watching the weather again today, and they change everything. We're supposed to get, like I said, that wintry mixy stuff tonight into all day tomorrow. Then I think we're supposed to get a break on Wednesday, but then I think Thursday there's supposed to be some more snow flurries or whatever. So I'm just trying to stay on top of things here at my house. And I figure when you get the days that are decent, that you can go outside and stock up, then that's the best thing to do. Whoever keeps sitting in this chair, this end of this chair is supposed to be up by this table. And now because they've, you know, shoved everything back here, all my curtains are not hanging properly, so I've got to do that. And I don't know if you can see, I'll show you the best that I can. See all that dirt and grimy stuff? I just swept all of this yesterday. I seriously swept all this yesterday. I got to do it again today. Well, it's something I got to do all the time. So, all right. Oh no, I left the lid on there. Oh, that's going to be hot. Let's see. Give me my glove. Because I just started this fire when I left. I wasn't planning on being out so long. I was just going to dump this, but then I decided to get wood. I'm huffing and puffing. I don't need to work out. I get enough workout in the winter shoveling snow. And this is heavy snow because look, this is all this wet stuff. And Carly's friend finally came and plowed out the rest of the icy stuff on the driveway. And the snowstorm that we just had yesterday, they were anticipating the same stuff coming to us tonight and all day tomorrow. My daughter had sent me to see my driveway. Look how nice it looks. And that's good. I had to get that ice off of there, like I said, because I knew we were going to get like a repeat of the snow with the rain, with the ice, with the snow, with the ice, with the rain, the more snow, all that. And when this kid, Tim, came today to get all that icy stuff off the driveway, I said, yeah, we're supposed to get a repeat of yesterday. He looked at me, he goes, it's going to be worse. And I'm waiting for Adam to call me back because I checked our milk supply. Usually I try to keep like 5 gallons of milk. We have 1 gallon of milk. We have one that we're using, but one extra one. So he's got to bring milk home. He didn't bring home those bananas yesterday. He needs to get bananas and yogurt, and I think everything else we're good. Oh, that's me. Okay. So anyhow, I gotta say goodbye to you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sure when I get up in the morning, it's either gonna be rain or snow. And I need to call Adam. And I am sweating, just going out with a sweat jacket and my short sleeves here. I am sweating. So anyhow, I'll see you love bugs tomorrow. I got to take care of matters here before my son leaves from work. And then we could be stranded with no milk.